my name is Joanna Kakeo, aka Chocobacco. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For this video, we are creating from scratch and we are creating my childhood bedroom. So I decided to make this an isometric drawing. Thankfully, Procreate makes this very easy. And I just start sketching out my childhood bedroom. And I wanted to try and figure out the exact angle. And this is all from memory too, so I definitely going down memory lane with this drawing. And yeah, so this is my childhood bedroom. There's a bunk bed, but I actually never shared this bedroom with anybody. When I was growing up, my family is, I have me, my 3 sisters, 2 of them are older, 1 of them is younger, and then my 2 parents, my mom and dad. At one point we did have 10 people living in our house because my oldest sister got married, then she had 2 kids, and then my second oldest sister also had a kid. At one point we did have 10 people living in our house. The youngest, the 3 nieces and nephews. I had 2 nieces, 1 nephew, and the nephew was my oldest, and he was 3 by the time that they moved out. But I lived in this bedroom for quite a while. I believe when I finally left this bedroom, I was in high school, I believe. I want to say maybe middle school, but I can't remember. So my youngest sister wasn't old enough to share a bedroom with me for the longest time, or maybe I just didn't like her. Who knows? But she would sleep in my parents' bedroom. But she never shared a bedroom with me. But we had a bunk bed because at one point I shared the bigger bedroom. I believe this used to be the computer room, but I would share a bedroom with my second oldest sister, and I believe I was like 4 maybe, and we had this bunk bed. What was actually neat about this bunk bed though was that it can actually separate, so instead of being a bunk bed, it can be 2 beds. But anyway, I did not share this bedroom with anybody. I believe by the time, I don't know, I guess maybe my older sister complained about sharing a bedroom with me, and they gave me this room. I'm pretty sure by kindergarten I had this bedroom to myself. Had this bedroom, and it's gonna show my age really quickly because I'm drawing a tube TV. And this bedroom was very 80s when I lived in it, like super 80s fashion and interior design, and you'll see that once we get into colors. But those little weird circles I drew on the wall, those are stickers that my eldest sister, put in that bedroom when it was a computer room. I'm pretty sure it's a computer room now that I'm thinking about it. But our house was relatively small. It was a small side-by-side. Yeah, but I mean, we were all kids back then, so I guess it didn't really matter to us. And because it's not like we were overtly wealthy at that point too, so I would say we were middle class. It was a good size home. It was still a good size home for. It was a 3 to 4 bedroom, and I say 3 to 4 because the 4th bedroom was technically not legally a bedroom because it didn't have a window. For a bedroom to be legally called a bedroom, it needs to have a window just in case there's a fire and you need to escape. So right now I'm drawing, it was a Barbie car. I had a couple Barbies growing up. My family would not. For some reason they refused to buy me a train because they were for boys. Cute crickets, because that annoyed the heck out of me growing up, and I was so like overtly against being a girl, I guess, growing up because of So for the longest time I actually didn't really like girly things and pink and purple. But pink is actually now my favorite color, so haha, old me. You got over it finally. That was like a pink Barbie car that was actually like it could drive by itself, but it didn't have like a remote control. The buttons were in the trunk for some reason. I don't remember. I don't think we ever actually used it because we never actually put batteries in because they were expensive. So that was that. Drawing this bedroom though definitely brought me down memory lane because this is all, again, like I said, from memory, trying to figure out where everything was and what items I had. It's definitely much cleaner than what it was when I lived in it. This iteration is almost spotless, even though it's cluttered to heck, but it is much cleaner, I'm pretty sure. And I also actually had on the wall that is not shown, like shelves for like a lot of stuffed toys. I had a lot of stuffed toys growing up, but like my family did a lot of like going to yard sales and garage sales and stuff like that. And we had a big family. I had a lot of aunts and uncles and a lot of cousins, and they would gift us some stuff too. So I'm just drawing like the bedding now, and I drew a body pillow there, but I will end up changing the bottom bunk. The bottom bunk was my bed specifically. The top bunk was kind of like reserved for whenever my cousins would sleep over, and when it wasn't that, I would just throw stuff on top of there as storage pretty much. But like I chose the bottom bunk because then I could like make forts if I wanted to, but also specifically because then I could actually see the TV when I'm in bed. I would generally sit on the ground to watch TV, because if I tried to sit on the bottom bunk, I would bonk my head on the top bunk. But like growing up, I always say this to anyone new I meet, if they ever ask how my childhood was. I always say that my parents made the mistake of putting a TV in my bedroom because I was obsessed with watching cartoons and TV shows. Like I would run home from school because our house was essentially in the backyard of my elementary school, but I would run home to try and catch what was called Zoom. It was a Canadian TV show of like kids doing like crafts and like educational things and imaginative things, and I would try and catch that. But I would watch from coming home to school all the way until like 4 a.m. because that's when they would put like more adult anime on. And then on Saturdays I'd wake up at like 6 a.m. to catch the Saturday morning cartoons. But like, yeah, I would stay up until 4 a.m. watching anime, and like obviously this ages me, but I would watch like Inuyasha, and I believe Yu-Gi-Oh would air at like maybe 8, maybe 9, and it was on YTV, which was a Canadian channel. I'm drawing a Yu-Gi-Oh poster right now. I'm pretty sure I had a Yu-Gi-Oh poster in my bedroom, but I can't actually remember. Eventually I became obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh, which is fun. So this is where the 80s aesthetic comes into play. You can see with the wood paneling on the walls. It wasn't even like real wood. It was just like a fake sheet of like particle board that had like a wood print on it. But if that doesn't scream 80s to you, I don't know what will. And then I didn't mention it, but I did have a tube TV in my bedroom, and it was like the screen itself was like rounded, and like there was like a static thing that you can do. The buttons you had to actually like open because it was like a hidden compartment. But like old TVs are weird, man. You could put like paper on it because there'd be so much static and it would stay there. And then like that's my teddy bear on top. I was one of those kids that always carried around a teddy bear wherever they went. I would leave it in our family vehicle though, of course, if we ever went out, but I was one of those kids. What screams 80s more? An orange carpet? Like what can scream 80s more than that? But I wanted to specifically put in this bedsheet that I had growing up. It was like a Tweety Bird bedsheet, and I specifically wanted to put that because I'm pretty sure a lot of Asian kids had this bed. If you were one of them, please let me know. And also, I don't know if you noticed, so this is 2 different recordings. I did the inking late at night because I couldn't sleep, and then I did the coloring in the morning. But in between that, I actually ended up changing what was on the bottom bunk. I changed the body pillow to be a Hello Kitty one because I remember that more than a regular body pillow. But I always had body pillows or a lot of pillows on my bed growing up because I liked to cuddle with things and I wanted to feel like I was nested in. And then at the bottom of the bed was also a Mickey Mouse blanket that my family actually still uses. Like we use it in the living room as like a throw blanket for when we're like cold. Oh, and then that other vehicle toy that's there was actually a camper Rugrats toy set, which was actually really cool because you could open it up and there was like beds and a little kitchenette, and it was like a lot of fun. I had a lot of toys growing up. I loved it. It definitely like sparked my imagination, and I'm pretty sure the combination of me having so many toys and like playing by myself and then watching TV by myself really all led to where I am now. And I don't know if you can tell, I did a terrible job. I really sped through this when I was coloring because I was kind of like over it, but I just wanted to, I thought it was still funny. I still think it's not my best work, but it was still a lot of fun to do. But the top bunk has like a mink lion blanket, and I'm sure a lot of Asian households had those too. We had at least 5, so I had the pink lion one. But we're just doing the final touches. Here is the final illustration in all of its glory. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that jazz. As always, thank you to my patrons for supporting my videos. If you'd like a 1-week early access to all my videos or even behind the scenes artworks or news, please consider joining my Patreon. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye!